Okay, hello. Even though it's in the afternoon and we might get interrupted, I am going to do a relationship spread for the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine. I know it's been a while. I'm right mid-shuffle, and then I was just like, oh, let's just put the rest of the shuffle on here. Because some people get really involved with the shuffle. So if you haven't seen my relationship spread, this is the one that I do in the paid readings, though I don't think I'm going to be doing them for much longer. That is thoughts, feelings, actions. Can you see it all the way? No, if I move this, it's gonna fall. I changed sides so I could charge my phone. Yours and his, and then near future of the relationship is this giant pile. We're gonna get signifiers, and I'm gonna read you the bottoms of the decks, and then there is 5 advice cards. I can get my swan mug today. It's a big long reading. I'm gonna try to not do it as long as usual. So I have felt a gigantic energy reset for the Divine Feminine. I'll move these over to here. And there's been a lot of noise, a lot of sirens, a lot of distractions and interruptions and things that have had to be dealt with lately. So I wouldn't be surprised if that comes through here, but we're gonna see what's going on with the collective. Bottom of the deck, we have rose pink. He admires your maturity. Hammer in reverse. He's hoping there's not an ending here. I'm still healing wounds from a past relationship. I am ready in reverse. You are too beautiful. And then green flag in reverse, playfulness in reverse. One of my favorite cards of all times, the Soul Family card with Age of Light underneath. One of my surprisingly favorite cards, 8 of Cups in reverse. A lot, and then Justice is underneath that. A lot of readers read that as walking away. I believe it is the spiritual journey, the part of it where you have to walk alone. And some could construe that like as separation, but it leads to the 9 of Cups. So I'm going to set this giant pile off to the side, and we're going to get our signifiers. You have the vulture spirit. Nothing is wasted. He has the porcupine spirit, which is one of the Fool cards in this deck. Time for a beginner's mind. And then the 4 of Wands for me, wombat spirit, be at home. Very interesting. I would kind of say the vulture is like the death card. And then on the bottom, one of my favorite cards is the owl spirit. You see clearly now. And I do think he sees clearly now. So let's get the twin flame journey cards, whatever they're called. I forget. Oh, I have the thing right here. Twin flame ascension cards. You have feminine twin activating the higher self, 6-6. He has 7-7, heal abandonment, time to forgive. Beautiful. And then the other day I did a reading and we got 6, 7, 8, and I think a 9 too. It was crazy. The chosen one, fast track to ascension. I think he's seeing himself finally in his spiritual light. Bottom of the deck is 4-4, the generator, staying grounded. Let's see if I can turn up the light here. Maybe a little bit more. Okay. So let's get started with you and your thoughts and how they show up. Page of Swords. leap. So Fool card in this deck. Forgiving and learning in reverse. I'm not good at communicating my feelings to you in reverse. Not enough. I'm planning on calling you soon. Deja vu. And then forest green. The very kind of first thing I feel immediately is that you're kind of seeing a pattern of how you act. Possibly in your chasing, possibly in like manipulating communications, where there's so many things coming in all at once. I feel like it has to do with the father wound. I have felt mother and father wounds very present in the collective for a little while now. And that it's like, I also feel strongly that this is mirrored in him. It's like, how many times can I do the same thing and expect a different result? It's like, there is a recognition that the pattern comes from inside us. Page of Swords. Okay, I also love the swords. Swords is the last suit and the hardest to master. And a lot of people see swords as very negative. I think they see swords as very negative because it really is about overcoming your fears. The mind is made of fear energy. And here I see you wanting to leave fears behind, which is a beautiful thing. And we have a big full moon here, and the full moon is in like 4 days. And that full moon is around communications. And I see you wanting to get much better at speaking from your heart and not speaking from your fears. So he has the Six of Pentacles. Answer the call. Oh my God, look at that. I'm planning on calling you soon. Answer the call. Now, what was interesting is one card fell out while I was shuffling in this deck. And it was, I'm Rama. What is your soul calling you to do? And I put it back. And now we got answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? His soul is calling him to fix an imbalance here. Fix an imbalance with you. True love. I don't feel good enough for you. Look at, you guys are mirroring. So I always know when they want me to put the shuffle on camera, I didn't get it all. There's going to be some crazy synchronicities. Not enough, and I don't feel good enough for you in reverse. There's a really beautiful energy here. Self-indulgence. I have a hard time communicating. You guys, I'm not good at communicating my feelings. I have a hard time communicating. And you guys like got the opposite. You got the cards, but they're opposite. Like they're upside down. Like you're looking in the reverse polarity mirror. Love or above 500 on the scale of emotions. This is crazy. Yellow, and you got green. So the father wound stuff that's coming up, it's like, seems to be around like emotionally absent fathers or avoidant father attachment, like that kind of thing. How difficult in like the cultural narrative it is for men to communicate and give emotionally. So he has this time to forgive card, and then the fast track to Ascension. It feels like there's something very poignant going on with, and I did have a reading the other day that was, I think it was the same reading, was just super beautiful with the forgiveness aspect that's coming through now, that's available, and that like we are preparing to move to unconditional love, and that means that we just love without conditional aspects being returned to us. We just love. And there's nothing that comes back from that. Like, you don't have to have anything to love. And I feel that that's what this is in preparation for. And that you're being very strongly activated. You have a 6 and a 9. And then he has a 7 and a 12. And then you have 1, 6, 8 in the center. So there's some complexity here for sure. There's complexity in terms of what's coming through is like, how do I hold this frequency in my family? How do I hold this frequency at my job? How do I hold this frequency in life? Like, won't people just think I'm so strange? See, sirens. It's been a lot lately. And it's kind of like, I don't care anymore. I just know that I have enough self-worth. I don't really care. So we have the wheel and your feelings, Pleiades, reconciliation, the silence is killing me in reverse, karmic relationship in reverse, I feel there's too much competition, the shaman and black, which represents the void for me in this deck. I'm gonna get his too, because this is so interesting. Hangman with, look at the way that they're both kind of making the number 4, which has also been coming through a lot lately. Isn't that kind of crazy? It's like they're both making that shape. And this is 12 and this is 10. Very interesting. The ever unfolding rose, healing family issues, you mean the world to me, keys on a ring, I'm scared you're moving on, ether and new green. Green has been coming out a lot lately. So I feel like your intuition is telling you that things are going to happen, that there's going to be, I don't know, what I feel from you is that there was a letting go. There just is like a letting go. And then not in a way where you had to struggle to let go, but in a way of knowing, like, if I keep holding on to this thing, right? If I keep holding on to this, I can't receive anything else. If I don't stretch the limits of my mind and heal those imaginary walls that are keeping me contained and limited, I won't ever grow, right? So the wheel for me is super positive. It's a beautiful energy. It is about events happening and moving forward. And the hangman is kind of the opposite, but it's a self-imposed opposite. It's a self-imposed, you know, illumination. It's an interesting side by side, because I do feel that you sense kind of this closeness coming. And whenever twins kind of get close in energy, there's a lot that goes on around them because you can sense the energy. It's very heightened and exaggerated because the waves double, right? And so there's this feeling here with the ever unfolding rose that things are in motion in the wheel that I normally don't read this so together, but it is the way it is right now because the energies are kind of blending together. And it's like surrender is exactly what it is. It's like there are things put in motion and it's really strange. They're showing me like dominoes falling in a line, and it's like, and then I looked over and saw the Lover's card, and it's like there's something here kind of about, you know, when there's dominoes and then they split off and they all go in like a pattern and then they all come back to the center, and it's kind of like whatever path you take, you're going to go to that one place. You're going to make that same decision. It's going to end in the same, and it's not fate, but it's like, you know where you're going to end up. And he has had some illumination about this too. It got through like his hard exterior, or he allowed it to kind of penetrate into the heart space. Or, you know, the Hanged Man is Pisces, and Saturn has been in Pisces now for a long time. And they're showing me kind of like the Gemini full moon and the Lovers is a choice. And it's like, you know, the seed contains the blueprint for the tree or the fruit or the rose or the thing that it grows into. And it's like, I feel like there was recognition here that was very important about, do I want to grow into the blueprint that I have on me, or do I want to change that blueprint? Because we can, right? So let's see what's about to happen. Wow, Magician in reverse. Minnetonkan, romantic feelings. I see myself having kids with you. That's always about creation, and I see the Magician as creation also. Soulmates. I want to be like you in reverse, paper money, and sage green. So that's lovely. Four of Cups, not what I wanted. Akasha, let go of control issues. I'm making a plan to come back to you. The Butterfly, I'm afraid to get close to people. I'm scared you'll leave or hurt me. And then Romance. So you both have mirrored romantic feelings, but feeling like you can't. And look at how crazy it is that these two things kind of came out side by side. It's sort of similar, only kind of the Five of Cups would have been more similar, but I feel like even though he's had this recognition that you're basically the other half of his soul and you're handed to him from God, and there's this feeling, it's a really strong feeling of like divinity connection, right? It doesn't really appear anyone's doing anything right now. I feel like you are in a very high elevation where you're kind of using the wisdom that you have, using your wisdom to increase your money and just being very happy, being authentic. It says longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. But I really get this feeling here that you understand that you're your home, and wherever you are, it's like an unconditional acceptance of just, this is me, this is my mission, this is my experience. I want to make it as good as possible. I don't need to be like other people. I don't need to be like how my father wanted me to be. I don't need to feel like I care if I'm accepted or not accepted unless it matters to me. And I don't know, it's a beautiful energy of surrender where it's the Magician in reverse. I'm not really reading negative. A lot of readers read it negative. For me, the Magician, it's a very powerful energy. And it's the number one, right? And so it kind of is giving me this feeling of like, I don't really have to make things happen so much as I need to be the version that I want to be in my life. Like, I feel like if it's more of a state of being, and it's like, if I can be happy with myself and happy in my life and create this, beingness, I think anywhere I am or anywhere I'll go, it will be like home. If I can release, this is what I'm getting here, if I can release a need for validation or a need for approval or a need for acceptance, I don't have to create. It's the same kind of blueprint that was up here. I don't have to create this blueprint. A really big thing with twins is that the relationship paradigm is meant to be changed. And so it will always be different than the one you've experienced or been blueprinted with. And I feel like you're just like, I get this acceptance of like, it's okay if this turns into a relationship. It's okay if it doesn't. It's okay. Whatever happens, like the wheel with the Magician is giving me just, I feel very at home with myself, and I feel very at home here in this universe. And I feel surrendered to not chasing anything I want, including this person. Like, I feel he's reflecting your vibration, coming very close to 500, to very close to love. And you may think, no, but there is this opportunity for you to kind of unfold like the rose, which, a rosebud can go to a full bloom in one day, I think. And you literally can go from not accepting that you are loved to the next moment accepting it, not loving to the next moment loving. There's so many things that with a decision and an opening of your heart can change like that, right? That's the Magician. The Magician really realizes he has all of the tools. He has all 4 aces. And like I started off this reading talking about the sword suit, right? The sword suit being, in my opinion, the most difficult to master. And the one that seems to give everyone the most problems because it's built out of fear energy. So interesting. A lot of these cards are similar to readings I've done lately. Especially this wordplay has been coming out often and in many different ways. So let's go through the near future because we have quite a little bundle of joy here. We have the Hierophant, Taurus, the Tower in reverse, Scorpio, and the Queen of Wands, fire signs. So, you know, 3 of the 4 fixed signs are here, which is always important because of that fixed energy. It's important to notice that there may be a time when things that seemed set in stone seemed very sure of aren't so sure anymore. And this could have to do with a relationship, his or yours. And, you know, the Queen of Wands is so magnetic and so powerful and so creative and so alluring. And there may indeed be a time in the future here where one or both of you are very intrigued. And what I'm getting is kind of like to burn it to the ground and see, because now we have a death card, Scorpio again. Yes, just say yes and play, have fun, celebrate, and don't be too serious. And she's in a champagne glass. And you guys may be very much, your inner children may be activated to just say yes and to just restart or rekindle something very powerful despite the differences between you. We have express your love, religious factors and codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Addictions may indeed play a large role in this relationship, especially with the divine masculine, but it could be both sides. Could be either side. It's just I see the most in the divine masculine. Thinking about making you an offer. I don't want this to be over, and I see signs of you everywhere I go. I definitely think if he does drink, there could be a night where he just is like, screw it, I'm gonna text, I'm gonna call, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna do. And it's very impulsive and very impetuous. Talking, kisses, passion. We have so much in common. I feel you're unpredictable. You hurt my feelings. So there's an unpredictability here that I have a feeling it's you don't like it. You don't like this, that you can't really. It's so interesting because the Hierophant came up, and to me that's just such stolid energy. But sometimes I think he appears as very solid and then he wavers a lot. And most of that is about your internal feelings about yourself. We have Scorpio again, the Alchemist and Emerald, the color of the heart. And as I said earlier, green has been showing up a lot. The quantum process of turning ether, and we have the ether card, into matter by mastering our thoughts. We control what we create. That's the magician energy, right? Deep violet, wow. Indigo blue, wow. And lavender. That lavender for me is very much the surrender. It's soothe, relax, remember, heal the past, beyond the veil. Super high intuition, intuitive insight, instinct, perception, spiritual sight, and then deep violet, inner wisdom, spiritual depth, untapped ideas, inspiration from within, and divinely ordained. So whatever is going on here, as I said from the very beginning, it's a calling. It is him being called to move towards you. And I think you feel it. And I don't know why exactly, but it's that wheel with the black and the Pleiadian. That's like a twin card almost. This is double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. And there's something here about mission. Like, I don't believe in this incarnation we have our mission, but that's my belief, just from what I've learned. A lot of other people do, and you're free to believe what you want. I just believe this incarnation is about the uplifting part. So let's start here. We'll get to kind of the Ascended Masters and see who's guiding you. These are the Divine Feminine, like Goddess ones. Catherine Laboure, the patroness of miraculous healing. I am ready to heal. I am worthy of miracles meant for me. And that's what I mean, like, by a miracle. It's like instantaneous. And I really had one the other day where I just had like an instantaneous and complete like forgiveness of my mother, and it was just so different than anything I've had before. Okay, Diana, Queen of the Wilderness, the language of the natural world is a frequency of love. This is my mother tongue. It's crazy, right? And Vajrayogini, the essence of all Buddhas. I have the power to make each moment sacred. Everything is material for my liberation. Ariande, the mistress of the labyrinth. My soul knows the way. This is exactly what I'm talking about. My soul knows the way, and the only way out is through. And I really, really strongly feel he's had this recognition that he may have run, he may have hid, he may have run some more, but you know, the only way out is through. And I don't know, it's just a feeling that I have of him knowing that he has to. I'm gonna put this in the middle, Earth connection. I think I said something about that. Anyway, Lady Nada, heart awakening. Awaken to acceptance and divine love. Give and receive in balance. He had the Six of Pentacles. And I think I said, it's the very first thing I said about him. It's like he needs to give to this, right? Be mindful of the planet. Come back to Earth. Stay grounded. And then supreme protection. You are protected. Cords are being cut. Move beyond limitation and trust. And I talked about moving beyond limitation. Oh, I love Odin. So I'm feeling very tired now. So you may need a little bit of rest during this full moon. Your third eye is open. See truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. That's him, I think. Very strong. Very strong intuitive feelings of what needs to happen now. I think every Divine Feminine's intuition is rising strongly. So you have the Fire Dragon, burns up the lower energies around you. You are safe and protected. Be determined and inspired. Clear your soul's pathway. Earth and Fire Dragon works with you to clear the fifth dimensional ley lines. It is time for service. When you give, you receive. That's the second card that said that. Orange and Gold Dragon from Arcturus opens you to knowledge for the Golden Age. Carry the energy of the future and be a guiding light. Look at all this orange, all this sacral activation. And then this one has the quill in his talon. Orange Golden Dragon expands your light for ascension. Be a peaceful warrior. Help those in need and remember your magnificence. So just a couple more for advice here. Some crystals and then some messages from your twin. Look, I opened it up and it said forgiveness and meditation. You may choose some of these ascended masters and meditate on them, ask them for guidance or any source energy or any other guidance you would like to have. You have Freehanite Trust. He has clear quartz purification, and then Tiger's Eye Courage and Acceptance. Bottom of the deck is Success. So this is beautiful energy to move forward. I love, if he is dealing with any kind of addictions, that clear quartz is, or the amethyst is definitely the crystals to use. Just purifying the energy and then gaining courage from this Tiger's Eye. New beginning, the full card in this deck. A new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. Give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. A message for you. This is a very strong indication that you may get a message soon. I'm thinking of you at this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. Bottom of the deck is balance, friendship, passion, and transformation. So I'm going to leave it at that. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.